and I dream this. Okay, and it is my only aspiration now. So in that terms she had said, and what she says further, then she quickly struck all the rest of the matches she had in the packet, for she did not want to keep her for she did so to keep her grandmother with her. Now she burnt as many matches as possible, and all the matches she was having, just in order to extend the time period for which the grandmother will be with her, just to extend it in a limitless way, in an unending way, and to make her reunite with her grandmother. She is doing all these things. Okay, so that is her selfless devotion towards her grandmother. The matches flared up with such a blaze that it was brighter than broad daylight, and her old grandmother had never seemed so beautiful or so stately before. So she was looking very beautiful, and it was, even in the night, it was looking like a broad daylight. Okay. She took the little girl in her arms and flew with her high up, oh so high, towards glory and joy. Now they knew neither cold nor hunger nor fear, for they both were with God. Now they approached the divinity, the God from which all humans are supposed to come to this materialistic world. So they just flew up from this materialistic world. They just went away from the bonds of this materialistic world and entered into the infinite divinity from which all the particular things they are arising, and who is just controlling this particular world and making it balanced. Okay, so to that eternal soul, to that almighty, they went, and with it, it was the complete removal of cold, hunger and fear. Okay, but in the cold dawn, in the corner found by the houses, sat the little girl with rosy cheeks and smiling lips, dead, frozen to death on the last evening of the old year. The dawn of the new year rose on the huddled figure of the girl. She was still holding the matches, and half a packet had been burnt. Now, what people experienced, what people came across, was that there was a figure of that little girl with rosy cheeks and smiling lips. Although she was dead, although she had left this particular world, she had left the entire world, but still she, although she beared the although according to those people, they must be thinking that she beared the pain of leaving this particular body, of death, of demise, but actually she just entered from pain to pleasure, from pain to eternal pleasure, and that is why she was having the rosy cheeks and smiling lips. She was frozen to death on the last evening of the old year. And see the just the time where the action is set. It was on the new year's eve, and today it was the last evening of the old year. Okay, so at that particular time where new opportunities and new chances of betterment are set to come, at that particular time, that particular girl, she also got an opportunity to just be there with her grandmother in the spiritual state, not in this materialistic world. Okay, the dawn of the new year rose on the huddled figure of the girl, and on the dawn of the new year, they all what they come across, what they saw, the people, they saw the huddled figure of that girl. She was still holding the matches, and half a packet had been burnt. She was holding the packet, still she was holding the packet, in terms of that, although she had left this entire world, but still in that particular world, her body, it is bound by the duty, it is bound by the responsibility of selling those matches, because she is still holding that. It has not it has not escaped, it has not went out of the grip of her hand, it is still in her hand, and that is symbolizing that she is in her responsibility. She was in her responsibility when she left the world. By just means she fulfilled her responsibility up to her utmost caliber. But when her then the conditions, they did not support her, and then she just surrendered to her fate, and she suffered all the particular hardships, and then she left the world with her grandmother. She was evidently trying to warm herself. People said was that she was trying to warm herself. What they saw, what they saw in the figure of that girl, what they saw from the figure of that girl, they just concluded that she would must be trying to warm herself. But no one knew what beautiful visions she had seen, and with what a blaze of glory she had entered with her dear grandmother into the heavenly joy and gladness of a new year. So this was the particular visions, the enlightening visions, the powerful visions she had experienced, of which those people were not having an idea, and that is why they could only speak, they could only say what their foolish eyes were seeing in that materialistic world in that particular moment. They could not see what their eyes were they could not see more than what their eyes were showing them at that particular moment. They had no idea of how beautifully the little girl reunited reunited to her almighty and to her grandmother. So that was the story itself. Thank you.